Oh, how there, brewers? How's it going? Today we're going to do Homebrew Weekly number 99. Something special? Well, we'll see how it turns out. But going to use a ginger beer extract, half a kilo of brewing sugar, which is dextrose and maltodextrin, give it a bit of body, and half a kilo of raspberries. Howdy, brewers. I hope the colour differences come through. But this is the mid-strength German lager, and this is the rice lager that I made with the rice flakes. Really pale. Yeah. Just so Pilsner malt and rice flakes, and Pilsner malt and Munich malt in this. Both done with S23, which, by the way, I don't really rate. It took a lot longer than 3470 or the S189 to get clear, and it also it was a really slow starter, but also took a long while for even the flavours to become less muddy. That's the term I use to describe when there's a flavour in what you know, a new flavour in an ingredient or in a recipe you know that you're not used to, or all the flavours that you're used to tasting, basically they're dulled to a certain extent. I put that down to this S23 yeast. The other thing that happened was at the bottom of the fermenter, it really doesn't compact as well as the others, so that leads to a oh, you got to be really careful when you're getting the last bits out of the bottom of the fermenter, because it doesn't take much to send more yeast into the keg. But anyway, here's a taster. So I've had a taste of the mid-strength a couple of weeks ago, and it was, you could taste a lot of bread flavours or a lot of dough flavours, and also, but it just wasn't as crisp as it could have been. So I'm hoping now that this is, well I can see my fingerprints through the glass, so that's, the clarity's pretty excellent. Really light flavours. You do get malt, some malty flavours, aromas, and a little bit of dough still. Yeah, so the dough is obviously the Pilsner malt, and I think a little bit of yeast as well. It's really true to style. It has a lot of those. The Munich malt is definitely the hero of the glass or of the beer, and it gives it a good malt backbone. For a mid-strength beer, it certainly has a lot more flavour than your mainstream mid-strength. Really easy to drink. I think I went to 20 IBUs with this, with Magnum and Tetnang. But yeah, really balanced. There's no lingering bitterness at all. It's solid up front. You get a good taste of some base malts. No sweetness from, well, I didn't use any crystal malts, but there's none of that sort of cloying astringency or anything like that. So really happy with the way that turned out. It just took longer than I wanted to, and that's really put that down to the yeast. So this is the third rice lager I've made. They've all turned out fantastic. I've never used the rice flakes, and they were brilliant, so much better than cooked rice. But I've also never used Cascade in a lager before, so yeah, again, really clear. You can see my fingerprints through the beer. Really not a lot of aroma. No, I couldn't pinpoint any specific aroma in that. Oh. If you haven't used rice in a beer, give it a go. This so easy to drink, and now that the yeast has sort of dropped right out, and the Cascade hops, you just get that touch of orange and grapefruit flavour through it, and it yeah, so well balanced. In fact, any more balanced, I think it would be, for want of a better term, symmetrical. This is just incredible. Yeah, this could be, well, could be my favourite beer that I've ever made, of the recipes I've designed myself. Getting some flies as company. It's getting summer up here, so it's hot. But oh, this is amazing. So, oh well. So this is 3.5% and a ton of flavour for a mid-strength beer, like a mid-strength German lager beer. Yeah, really, Munich malt is the way to go. I will try one with Vienna as well, to see if there's a difference and which one I prefer, if there is. But this rice lager is something else again. I think it's 4%, about 4%. But the lesson learnt was stick with, or I'll stay away from S23 from now on. I'm not happy with it. How long it took to first to get started, and then also for the beers to clear. And by clear, I mean not just the viewing of it, the clarity. Also mean the flavours to become clear and crisp. Yes, I'll stick to 3470 and S189. I may go into liquid yeast, but probably because there's nowhere up here that does liquid yeast, I can't keep them fresh, so I'm not going to get them posted in the summertime up here. So if I go to liquid yeast, it won't be until next year. Jeez. Alright, before the flies take me away, happy brewing. Cheers.